Heard you need people who can work your land. I could grow razor grain from rubble, if I need to. Potatoes out of rusted Corvigas. Long as I have a patch to call my own, I'll farm anything you need. Even melons.
Come again? What do you mean?
I fucking hate melons.
I assume you'll explain what you're talking about at some point.
First 10 years working the land, and all I grew was fucking melons. It's all my pop knew. So it's all we put on the table. You ever have melon rind stew? Smells like someone boiled the stink out of a brothel mattress. Stays with you for weeks. Point is, I'll grow anything, even melons. But don't ask me to eat them.
Sounds great.
You... really? Well, point me where you need me.
What type of help?
Don't worry. I'm not asking you to move my furniture. Used to own a farm of my own. Don't talk about it much. Not since... I lost my better half a few years back. Made it to 58 in the Commonwealth. And he dies of a busted appendix. I want to make the journey to where I planted him. But I don't think I can do it alone. Could you help me make it there?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You mean it? I'll head out right away. We'll meet near my old homestead. Sold it to a young couple who reminded me of how things used to be. They said I could visit him anytime I wanted, but better the two of us show together. They're skittish around people they don't know. Thank you for this. I won't forget it. He's over here, where I left him. 50 years I knew him. Married for 40. Couldn't have children. Too many rat storms, we guessed. But we stuck together. Survived together. Now I'm alone. Don't know how I'm supposed to survive. Or why I should. Some days, I want nothing more than peace and quiet. That's why I sold this place to that young couple. On my toughest days, I'd visit. To remind myself there was good in this good-for-nothing world. But they're dead because I sold them the homestead. Because they reminded me of a future my husband and I could never have.
Do you really think that's possible?
One of the caravans had a higher bid. Planned to make it a stopover to Bunker Hill, with enough turrets to drive off any super mutant in town. I went with the low bid. The boy reminded me so much of my husband. The girl, well, I wanted her to have a home of her own when the child came. But two homesteaders with a kid on the way can't afford turrets to keep the monsters away.
You didn't know. It's not your fault.
Isn't it? They said I could visit my husband anytime I wanted. Did my soft heart lead to a soft mind? It's time I stop putting this off. I can't survive without him. I need peace and quiet.
That's ridiculous. No one deserves to die like that.
And nobody deserves to be food for monsters. But that's the world we live in.
Look, sometimes things don't go the way you planned. That's life.
You'd know, wouldn't you? I'll never get how you can keep on, but you do. There's an old coffee tin I buried by the homestead. Some of my husband's effects. You mind getting that for me? I need a moment with my husband. Don't worry, Self. I'll stick around. Hey, I'm Nadine. Most people call me Deaf Nadine. I think. I wouldn't know, because I'm deaf. Little war wound I got from the Legion, you see? I don't know if people out here heard about everything that happened out west. Anyway, I was in the NCR military before they discharged me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's true. I was a lieutenant and I loved my job. Bringing order to the waste?
building civilization again? What more could you hope for? Until Kaiser came dicking about with his boys. They were evil sons of bitches if I ever saw any. So here I was, leading my supply convoy to Hoover Dam, when the Legion suddenly hit us. Don't look at me like that. Of course I varied my route. I'm not stupid. I guess they just got lucky. Anyway, we beat them off easily enough. Only a few casualties, and only one ammo transport lost. Unfortunately, it blew up right next to me. Gave me this nice scar and took my hearing. NCR brass said I was a hero, and then discharged me. Discharged. Can you believe it? Just because I'd gone deaf. They didn't even know if my hearing loss was permanent. It's permanent. But they didn't know that, so, anyway. I may have given the captain the finger, and the major, and the colonel. So, good news, I'm available for new job opportunities. What's that? You weren't listening, and you want me to repeat the entire story?
No.
Okay. You should really listen this time. So, I was lieutenant in the NCR military. I'm just messing with you. Of course you heard me, right? So, as I was saying, I was out of the NCR Army, but being a soldier is all I know. So, I decided to come out east. So, you see, I heard before going deaf, don't get smart with me, about the Minutemen, and I don't know, I guess they reminded me of something. It sounded like the Commonwealth was sort of a little NCR before it got big, like a bunch of little shady sands trying to band together and grow. Sounded like a little nation being born, and any growing nation needs an army, right? To protect its people, to provide safety and stability. And there were the Minutemen, more loosely organized, less professional than what I was used to. Maybe. But a dream, I hoped. Might even have a place for me, despite my deafness, so I came east. And then, well, turns out the Minutemen were gone. Hard enough for me to find out. But I pieced together what happened at Quincy. And I couldn't believe it. The Minutemen who were famous for defending Diamond City from super mutants. Just gone. Falling apart. And my dream fell apart too. So I did some jobs, tried to make some friends. Didn't really work out. Only this guy Randy. Know him? Well, only he helped me out. Don't suppose I can blame anyone. Since I wasn't born deaf, I don't know sign language. Or how to read lips. Nobody to teach me either. But then I was in Diamond City, eating those nasty noodles, and I saw it in the paper. The Minutemen are back. Retook the castle and everything. So here I am. What was that? You weren't listening again. You want me to repeat my life story?
Not again.
Okay, well, I hope you'll pay attention this time. So, they kicked me out of the army, and... Nah. Got you again. Okay, seriously. I'm here to join the Minutemen. I may be deaf, but I'm a veteran, and I know a lot about military operations. Will you have me?
More of your mangled speech? Hell no.
Fantastic. Stick me in a uniform and hand me a weapon. You do have uniforms, right? Ah, this is great. Me and you. making the land safe.
From what I just heard, that might be a bad idea.
Although, wait. There's one thing we need to talk about first. Thought I left them behind when I came here, but that giant airship proved me wrong. The Brotherhood of Steel. Now, I know they're not nearly as bad as the Legion was, but still. The NCR has been in armed conflict with them. I have been in armed conflict with them. Lost men to them. And I don't like seeing them here. They don't care about the people. Only themselves. I need you to promise me that, if necessary, you will stop the Brotherhood. That you will protect the Commonwealth from them. And that if it comes to it, you will destroy them.
If it means protecting innocent people from a madman, yes.
Good. I knew you'd feel that way. But I need some proof. You bring me the holotags of a Brotherhood soldier, and I'll know that you can do what must be done when the time comes. Find me when you have them.